She lost me for my twang.
And a hello to you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
That was Luke and Meg's rendition of Mason Ramsey, the Yodel Kids song Twang.
Yeah.
Which we vaguely remember, but not enough to know the other lyric.
But now we'll play the actual intro.
Weekend ready. It's Friday.
Yes.
What are you doing, Meg? This weekend. Now, go.
Now? Go. I want to have a wind down because I'm tired.
I thought you were about to say have a wank. I was like, just... you were like, have a... And I was like, no.
No, not like
I
that.
was like, she's stressed out, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Darcy from our Luke and Meg Patreon Discord, which you can join on the upper tier of the Patreon, said he definitely wants a wind down weekend. He had the busiest 3 weeks or so he's had in years. I kind of agree with that sentiment. I'm keen for a wind down.
Yeah.
Turning up last weekend was honestly exhausting.
Yeah.
But I did it because I respect the game and I respect the wheel.
Yeah. I actually did some super hardcore knitting.
You did?
I did.
Came home and a few people messaged me saying, excuse me, Luke, you just filmed Meg knitting on the couch on a Saturday night. Would this be considered a wind down? And I was like, you've clearly never seen Meg knit.
I went through a yarn and a half.
If that's not
of
turning up.
knitting in a matter of hours, which is phenomenal.
And Georgina Humphreys, who's a comedian who's living with us at the moment, she finger knitted
around the kitchen.
Around like a bit of wool so long that it fit all the way around their entire kitchen and living area space. So you try and tell me that that's winding down. I literally left to do a show in Geelong. 4 hours later, I came back and there was just wool everywhere.
Yeah. Now picture this, especially for audio listeners. You've got a ball of yarn. You're knitting. It's seemingly a very wind down-ish activity, right? Pop Around the Twist a music remix on while you're knitting.
Okay.
All of a sudden,
Picturing it.
that's the equivalent of having 20 shots in a nightclub. A little pop a pill of ecstasy. That is the equivalent.
You think listening to the Around the Twist remix
While knitting
is like being on ecstasy?
Yes.
I've never done drugs, so I
haven't done ecstasy, so I don't actually know, but I'm assuming that's what people on ecstasy feel.
That's actually shocked a lot of people. A lot of people now think I do drugs. I posted that clip from my special last night, which, by the way, thank you so much for checking out. And now people think I do drugs.
Do they actually?
Yeah, because in the special, I joke about it. So so they watched a comedy special.
Yeah.
And they saw a joke, and then now obviously they take it seriously because it's why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take verbatim everything a comedian says on stage seriously? Literally walk on stage, there's a guy who says he's a drug dealer in the front row, and then he goes, oh no, wait, I'm a plumber, because he backtracks, right?
Yeah.
And then it was a wild start, I'm not going to lie. It was weird.
It was incredible being a part of that, though.
I was so grateful.
Watching that happen was incredible.
When
you walked out straight on stage, bang, like immediately. It was crazy.
The relief that flooded over me as soon as he said that, when he's like, oh, fuck it, I'm a drug dealer. I was like, you king. I was like, I needed someone to just, because like when a show gets off to such a hot start like that, everyone in the crowd's just on. It's just like, as soon as you said that, everyone was just like, we're cooking with gas here. Yeah. And then I just rode that and ended up being a great show, which is the one we obviously uploaded it. Yeah. But anyway, let's spin the wheel first. Everyone in the Discord, literally everyone who replied, wanted a wind down. Tom, wind down for sure. David, wind down. It's been a long week.
Yep.
Andy, wind down. I need to sleep. Right? Uncle Whitey, I did an 80-hour week for DreamHack. I want to chill at home. Not a single person wants to turn up. Meg, spin the wheel. But God, I'm nervous. Come on, wheel, you good thing. Give us the relaxing weekend we all need.
Come on,
it's coming
man.
into winter. No one wants to turn up. Thank the Lord.
Y'all, I hit myself
Guys,
in the head then.
Sorry, that was a little too turned up, that reaction. It was a wind down. Let's all relax.
Which one's the buzzer? Nice.
I don't think we have the speaker on. That's okay.
It's all right. I'm imagining what this music is like, and it's soothing my soul. Yeah. Lovely. Well, now that everyone's calmed down, Luke, are you calm?
Hang on.
Yep.
Yep.
Now you're calm?
Yep.
Good boy.
Ready.
Ready?
So I guess where should we start? I thank you for the comedy special love people have been giving it.
Yep.
At the moment when we're recording this, I don't know what it's going to be when this comes out because it's going up like heaps every day. It is on 75,000 views, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, and the last time I checked it was on 40.
Yeah. Well,
pretty good.
it's genuinely been the most well-received thing I've ever done. And I'm very grateful.
That's good.
And I'm very relieved. Because what about if no one liked it? I would have been like, oh, geez, I really misread that.
Yeah, that would have sucked. Wasn't expecting that one. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm surprised. Like, I'm not. But I'm just like kind of like glad everyone likes it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little more in depth on the bonus Patreon episode already on Monday. But obviously it wasn't out last week when this. Oh no, it just come out. But I didn't. We were pre-recorded it. Yeah. So I don't know what to say, but it was great. And the comments have been lovely. All the messages I've been getting have been very lovely. And I've been trying to respond to as many as possible.
Yeah.
And a bunch of new people have just stumbled across it. That was like almost the coolest part is some people just click on random stuff on YouTube and I forget about that. A lot of people go on that website.
A lot of people in the world doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a lot of new people have gone, man, just never heard of you, watch your special. Can't wait to come to a show. And I'm
that's
like,
really, that's actually awesome.
So good.
That they've seen the special and that's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, good job, bud.
Thank you, mate.
A little bit of a high five.
Thanks. But
all right.
how was your week?
I was sick. I was a bit of a sicky bean. All right.
Sick, though.
Fully sick. Yes.
Living
Same
on the
as
couch.
Our mate Georgina is staying with us. She's a Brisbane comedian. Yeah. We've been sick together. Fully sick. You. And last night we just went a little bit crazy because we had to work as well. We were working. We were getting that merchandise shoot for the new merch for the Happy Hour tour ready. And we kept having to take multiple dance breaks to try and get back in the mood, you know?
I came home to a strange energy as
I
walked in
was
the house.
vigorously Fortnite dancing, which
No, that wasn't the strange
I
part.
have found out I am deeply afraid of. I have an anxiety towards aggressive Fortnite moves.
Yes.
And Luke found this out in the strangest way. I think I was just sitting on the couch and you were like, this will be a good one. And you just start doing a bunch of like just super vigorous and aggressive moves.
If you pop a gritty
Didn't like it.
in front of Meg at ×8 speed, she panics.
I don't know why
And
though.
it's wild.
It just instills this fear in me.
Even like the take the L one, like that.
Oh, nah, that's one of the worst. That and the hammer one. Oh.
For video, I guess I can give an example for video watchers. For audio listeners, you just kind of have to hear how furiously I'm about to gritty. I'll do the
Get it
full
over and
gritty.
done
This
with.
is how the Meg hates this.
I hate it. Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna take my phone out of my pocket because it's gonna get hectic in here. Okay.
It does. It
I'm
really.
grittying in 3, 2, 1.
No, see, I don't like it. All right, we're done. You can sit back down. Oh, that's that one. That one.
The dance
That
monkey.
one.
You don't like the Tones and I dance monkey emote?
Why does it make me feel like this?
Yeah.
What? I've never had this happen.
What was great was everyone's been doing it to you whenever we go out now. People
hate
know Meg don't like fast grittying.
So they see me and they're like, "Hey, Meg," and I'm like, "Yeah," and then they'll just start doing it. The dogs.
Yeah. That's probably actually, I just realized, one of the most humiliating things I've ever done as an adult on camera. And that is truly saying something. Because I've done a lot of debatable shit on camera before.
A lot.
I'm actually grateful that most people listen to this on audio
So much.
because that's something I never wanted.
No, I feel like each week we're pushing a couple more though over to the video just for people to go, I need to just see this.
See the fast gritty.
Yeah.
It was really fast.
It was really fast.
Yeah.
I burped.
Literally one of the fastest Gritties. He's literally popping the fast Gritty right now.
Oh my God, he is literally fast.
He's Gritting on the podcast.
He's Gritty. Oh my God, he's popping a Gritty on the podcast. I can't speak. Anyway.
Now, we need to address the reason why a lot of people probably tuned into this episode, which is the dishwasher unpacking saga.
Yes.
That so last week on the pod, if you didn't hear, Meg made a very bold claim. She said that she could unpack a dishwasher in under 40 seconds.
Yeah. It never takes me any more than probably 40 seconds.
To unpack the whole dishwasher?
Yeah.
Mate, you know what? We're going to go downstairs and time you. You will not be able to do it in 40 seconds.
I reckon I could.
A full dishwasher.
A full dishwasher.
Which is a crazy thing to say on a podcast, because I love throwing out crazy things into the world probably more than most people even. But you said that, and I don't know. I've been in this game a long time, Meg, and when sometimes I hear something that's so bold that I'm like, you either need to. There's two things that could happen. You either need to take it back, or you need to prove it, and you opted for prove it.
I opted for prove it, even though I was sick. I was like, nah. Screw it. Luke's like, no, we can do it next week. And I was like, no, we need to do it now.
So this morning we woke up, we got the kitchen ready. And by that, I mean, I finally had to put on the dishwasher, which I'd been putting off for about a day anyway.
Yeah.
These were the rules. Full load, but nothing crazy, like standard, just what you'd usually have if it was fully packed.
Yeah, well, we did break the dishwasher initially, so we had to take a few things out because it was too heavy.
So without further ado, I know there's a lot of people who have been waiting for these results. I guess I'll cut to our live cross, which happened, well, not live, our pre-recorded cross that happened in the kitchen earlier today.
We just pick up the camera and run downstairs now. Go, go, go!
Welcome back to another thrilling Luke and Meg saga. Today, 23-year-old athletic weapon and international supermodel Meg Archibald will be attempting to unpack a dishwasher in under 40 seconds. The rules are simple. Everything must go back in its rightful place. Mugs, glasses, plates, and cutlery. And smashing anything is an automatic disqualification. We now throw to Luke Kidgel in the field, who will commentate this historical event.
The excitement is electric.
Gee willy, folks, I am excited.
Welcome back to the Dishwashing Unpacking Championships. I'm your host, Luke Kidgel. Today we're in the kitchen next to the dishwasher, which is fully loaded. Meg thinks she can unload it in 40 seconds.
Yep.
How are you feeling, Meg?
Well, very confident because I can. So I've nothing to worry about, do I?
Okay, great.
I said 40 seconds.
Yeah, and how are you feeling about the load? We said standard load.
Yeah.
That's the bottom. I reckon you've got...
Look, Lukey, I've taken bigger loads, mate, so...
Okay, that's disgusting. There's 4 big plates, 3 little plates. We've got a fair 5 bowls in there.
Yeah.
All the cutlery pretty fully loaded.
Yeah.
Up the top rack, we have, I would say, 6 mugs, 3 glasses, and weirdly 3 pairs of tongs. Oh, and another thing to note for people listening at home, Reese is wearing really cool Yoda socks.
Yeah, they're really cool Yoda socks.
So I don't know if that will come into play during the dishwashing unpacking, but it's just something to be aware of.
Just to note as well, I did think when he first walked in they were old avocados, but then I thought, no, why would anyone put an old avocado on a sock?
Yeah.
Much better.
Yoda. Yoda does look like an avocado with ears and eyes.
Yeah.
It's another fun thing to note, but that's not what we're here for. So,
if you're a punter, what would the odds be?
If you get it under 1 minute 30, I'll be very impressed. 90 seconds will impress me.
Yeah.
You think you can do 40?
Yeah.
Literally no one in the comments. I think one person thought you could do it. Are you regretting your big call?
Nah.
Good. Meg, this is you in your element. This is you in your prime. The people at home want you to win. Oh, and for those playing along at home, Meg has put on noise-cancelling headphones because she doesn't like the sound of the plates. 3, 2, 1, go. The watch has started, and the plates are out within 3 seconds. Holy dooly, that is a quick start. Oh, my God. And she is running the plates to the thing. The bowls are away. All the plates are away. She's got 3 more bowls to go. She's at 20 seconds halfway. The mugs are away. All the mugs are away within 7 seconds. A 7-second mug run. That is literally a vine, ladies and gentlemen, with the mugs. The tongs are in the bag. She's at the 40-second mark. She's just hit it then, but I still think she can go sub 90 seconds here. The cutlery sorting is taking place. Forks are done. Knives are in. It's a lot of coarse language coming from the cutlery station right now. She is not happy. Time, you did it at 58.
It wasn't exactly what I wanted.
Holy crap, that was fast. Congratulations. How are you feeling? That's way faster than I thought you would do it.
I'm not gonna lie, I knew I wasn't gonna get the 40 seconds. I don't like, come on now. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that is inhuman.
Inhuman. Inhumane? Unhuman-like?
Human-like. I've got cat reflexes.
In the end, the 17 years of washing up training somewhat paid off. And I can put it no better than in the words of Meg's own mother. She's not much of a stacker, but fuck me, she's quite the unpacker. Luke, I think it's about time for a celebratory popper.
Fuck me.
New world record, Meg Archibald. Thank you very much. I forgot to close the dishwasher before I popped that off. And now we have confetti in our dishwasher.
Back to you in the studio.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it.
Thank you.
A very impressive time. I will admit, I have to concede, I
Thank
didn't
you.
think you'd be able to do under 90.
Me neither.
Even under 2 minutes, I'm impressed with, because that's what I was trying to do the other day. I set the microwave to 2 minutes, and then my girl was like, if I can get it done under 2 minutes, that's a win.
Yes, but I whipped out a move straight from the get-go that it just took you by surprise, which was I have the ability to pick up pretty much all of the plates in one hit and put them on the bench, which cuts out, as we know, about a majority of the time. So
yeah, I just do it on slow mode. I go, ooh, a mug. Do, 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 do. Mug away.
I am curious now, though, to see if I can train you to...
I don't reckon I could do it as fast as you. I reckon now watching you do it, I think now I could probably do sub 90. Because I just thought that takes way longer in my head. And then I watched you do it and I was like, okay, maybe it doesn't take that long to just put away like 8 plates, 6 bowls, a bit of cutlery and some mugs. Like, and then what was the game changer, and it definitely took another 4 seconds, was the 3 tongs.
Yeah.
Which is a curveball, because that's not an everyday.
Oh, no, the 3 tongs were easy because it went in the cutlery. The thing that threw me where I was like, this is over, or like, this is over the 40, is the cutlery. That was way harder than I thought it would be.
I reckon a cutlery sort is a 20-second minimum job.
Yeah.
For one of those like racks. So we have like the standard 6 compartments for cutlery, but we do what almost 99.99% of the population does, which is we just throw like knives in whatever. It's just no one actually
There's no
sorts
order.
it.
There's no order in it. You just put them in.
Are there psychopaths that put all the forks in the one pre-wash?
Well, see, even today, you thought that it was always random. I do technically have a system. My system is just fucked up. Like I still have to.
System.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a system, but if you actually look at it, they're all kind of clumped in around each other. It's not all completely.
This is everything in your life has a system. You go through Meg's clothes drawers and you're like, Meg, where's your underwear drawer? I'm so confused. There's fitness gear in here. There's like active wear in the same drawer that Meg will keep her underwear in. And I'm just like...
2 drawers, easy access. Bang, bang. I know what I want. Take it out. Got the undies that I know I like in there. Done.
Yeah, but then I like go to help you to put away your washing and I have no idea where anything goes. And you're like, pretty much anything, if it's like a top, just hang it up.
Yeah.
But then I'll go and hang something up and you're like, no, not that. And I'm like, why?
Except that one.
And I'm like, why?
We separate that one.
Yeah, she goes, that one does. She's that's a drawer one. And I'm like,
we need to segregate it from the rest.
there is no logic or reasoning as to why these decisions are made. She's just made it up in her head that one does not get hung up.
I know. It's so weird. I don't know why. Because like this is another thing. I've like spoken to people about this to be like, why am I like this? And they're like, well, apparently some OCD things is people just choose really random things to be particular in no apparent order, but there is technically an order to it. It's just a weird one.
Yeah. And I would like to challenge our listeners. If you think you can beat Meg, please send us your videos. All you need to do is get a friend or a sibling or someone in the family. And it has to be what you really honestly believe is a full load.
Yes.
Like you have to be honest with yourself going, all right, is this like what I consider a standard load of our dishwasher? I don't know, all dishwashers, it comes in different shapes and sizes, but let's do it across the board. We all know what a relatively stacked dishwasher looks like.
Yeah.
It's, you know, there can be a few spaces available for plates, but there has to be like a combination of, you know, glassware, mugs, plates, few bowls and cutlery and any other random utensils that might come into play. And obviously, this is why it may not be a fair system, because obviously everyone has to do it on their own home ground, because some people's kitchens are laid out differently.
Yes.
And you are fortunate in the fact that everything's close.
But I did make everything close by for that reason, though. Like, it is actually it is a massive
like,
kitchen.
If I'm ever on a podcast and get challenged to unpack the dishwasher, I want the bowls to be real close.
I've been planning this for 3 years.
Send us your videos and let us know if you think you can beat anything sub 1 minute. I'm super impressed with. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sorry about the confetti again. That really fucked up our kitchen.
That scared the shit out of me.
Also, just completely unrelated, but if you do work for a confetti company, can you fix the dye and the confetti? It got wet in the dishwasher and I still have red dye and different color dye all over my hands despite vigorously scrubbing it. I've been using the term vigorous too much lately.
Vigorous is too much of a vigorous word, isn't it? Yeah. It's just, oof.
I was passionately scrubbing.
No. Why is it all sexual? Why do you sound sexual?
That's not sexual.
No, but it sounds sexual. The way that you say it. You can be passionate
about things that aren't sex, you horny weirdo.
The way that you say it is sexual. It's weird.
Passionately scrubbing.
No, because you didn't say it like that. You went passionately scrubbing. That
if I accidentally turn you on, that is not on me.
No, that's
Reese's like, should I leave? He's like, I know if they're going to fuck or fight.
Maybe I'm turned on.
Reese in the corner going, no, keep going. Reese is our producer / cuck in the corner. He just
say another word. Say something like I don't know what's
scrumdiddlyumptious.
See,
but that could mean I think that food's delicious.
Say delicious.
The milk was delicious.
All right. Well, I don't think you're capable.
Sucking that milk out was yum.
No.
I meant of the bottle, weirdo.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, anyway. I want to know actually if people are surprised by the result.
I reckon if I had have done it the first time, because Luke fucked up and you were supposed to click the time. Your one job was to press the timer.
Here's how the first take went. I, as the official adjudicator, did not do my role correctly. 3, 2, 1, go. She's unpacking. Strong start. All the plates are out. Oh, that's an interesting technique. She's stacking on the bench all at once before she goes to the thing. Oh, I haven't pressed start on my stopwatch. So.
What do you mean? You didn't press the stopwatch.
That's right. We can. All right, full stop. I did have one job and it was hit beep on the timer. And I was so into you doing it.
I know. Well, I
was so excited to watch the sound. That sounded sexual. So last week, I think we were talking about erections. This podcast is unnecessarily horny.
Mm-mm. No, it was your silk sleep shorts. We were talking about your so last week on the pod, we were talking about how you sleep in these silk sleep shorts, and it's a very particular way of sleeping because your neats can't be too hot. But they can't be up against the sheets.
You don't want a sweaty sack.
Yeah, don't want a sweaty sack, but they can't be up against the sheets because that's vigorous.
No, it's
you get I think the exact words were a throbbing erection.
No,
that is violent and vigorous.
I think cock against sheets. At least maybe I'm weird. I think it's unnecessarily and unintentionally arousing. I think it doesn't, I don't need to feel that way when I'm just trying to get my rest.
Right.
I don't need to have a boner
Yeah.
while I'm trying to sleep. But it's not like I go to bed with one, but I just notice statistically.
Why are we using statistics on this?
Because I just think this is a memory stat.
Yeah.
You know, it's no one, I wasn't getting someone to log this, but
Yeah.
I reckon more times than not, if I have slept naked or something like that, I will have woken up just with a little bit of friction on the sheets, feeling more excited than as I would have, say, if I wore boxers. And it's, as I said last week,
Yeah.
it's not mentally, I'm not like turned on. My body is just like, oh, we must be getting action.
It's
and I'm like,
fucking
no,
time.
just
Sleepy
that's just
sleep.
linen.
Yep.
Just relax. No, calm down, everybody.
Calm down, boy.
Yeah, and now when I go into like a linen store, like a Dares, I just permanently bricked up because my
I think
unconscious body.
I think you're just attracted to the sheets. I think that's what you're saying.
That's true. All right, it's come clean.
Yeah.
Unlike the
But
sheets.
we did ask other people what their thoughts. Did we ask?
Essentially, I put it out. What is normal sleep attire? Let's
Yeah.
get to the bottom of it. People answered on Instagram, and few people. Well, what I gauge from this is no one can agree.
Yeah.
Some people, a lot of people, obviously saying nothing, like naked, PJs all the way, and it really differs, like gender wise as
that's
well.
what I mean. I feel like gender, it definitely would change.
A lot of men. So this guy, Hugh's very strong opinion on both genders. Hugh's speaking for, obviously I'm not going to assume Hugh's gender, but I from his profile picture, he looks male. So I just did assume.
You did assume.
His gender immediately after I said I would.
Yeah, that was a definition.
Right. Boxers for men and a top and undies for women. That's what Hugh thinks. Bridget said nil, nude, naked.
Okay.
Nike.
This one, they must live in a cold place. 2 thermals, a knitted jumper, fluffy jumper, and fluffy pants and socks.
They are living
Buy a heater.
out.
Come on.
What? Oh my God. They must live in like Alaska.
Penny said baggy shirt and trackies. This is my argument
okay.
against trackies and anything like really that's not just anything over underwear.
Yeah.
I get so hot and I don't know how other people just don't sweat and wake up in a pool if I slept in trackies and a doona, too much.
No.
Even in winter.
Well, so different beds though, because when I go away, often the beds that we stay in have a thin doona. And if it's super cold, it needs to be cold because Luke can't sleep if it gets too hot. So we don't have a heater on. It's just freezing in the room.
Buying separate doonas was the best thing we've ever done in our relationship.
If you are a couple out there and you're sleeping with one doona and you guys have 2 different heat preferences, get separate doonas. It'll change your life.
It's even just better anyway. Like we both have our own like doona where it's just, and we have like a king bed, which is quite a large bed.
Yeah.
But you know, this is by the way quite recent. Throughout lockdown and throughout the first few years of our relationship, we were double bedding it together. You don't achieve
I don't know
it.
how we did it, honestly.
Yeah. I think we like each other's company.
And then we needed a king bed to get away from each other. 'Cause
But here's the breakthrough that I wanted to discuss. I obviously sleep in, what's the material called? Satin.
Satin.
I don't think it is satin.
No, it's satin. It's not silk because silk actually costs like so much money.
Oh, so it's like fake silk.
Yeah, we got it from Kmart. It's like, yeah, it's like the fake silk.
Right. Well, I think it's fancy. So
It is. Yeah, it's nice.
it's fine. It has a picture of a boxing monkey on it. It's not that fancy.
Pretty fancy. He's smoking a cigar, so yeah.
It's cool. I was telling my mates at the pub about this. We were talking about this at the pub about a month ago because my mates are getting old. Like this is the kind of chat.
I love that you said my mates are getting old, not me and my mates are getting old.
Oh yeah, we all went
You're
to
like,
high school together.
they're old. But me, I'm a young guy, so
Yeah, but I feel like mentally younger than them because I don't say shit like I don't go to the pub and say shit like, have you guys got a loafer for your asshole yet? Which was a direct quote. And then they were like, yeah, no, because I chafe pretty badly. So my doctor told me to get a separate loafer to wash my ass.
What's a loafer?
the sponge, you know, like what we have in the shower, like the red thing we have in the shower, like the shower loafer.
A loafer?
They're called like, you know, like the thing we have in our shower, the red and orange.
Oh, scrubby scrub, yeah. Get his scrubby scrub. He got a separate scrubby scrub for his asshole.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, because of the chafing.
Wait, what was it called? Dofer.
It's called a loafer.
Loafer.
Am I right on that?
Loafer?
Can you Google that, Reese? Why do you make me doubt shit that I
don't
know
man.
is correct?
I think the official terminology for it is the scrubby scrub.
I would say I don't actually know how it's spelled. Like L-O-F-A. I don't know.
Oh, like loafer, not loafer. Loafer.
Yeah, now you sound like Hermione
Yeah,
Granger.
it's
loafer, not
loafer.
Anyway, I feel younger than them because I don't bring up to the group while we're all having beers. Is anyone suffering with chafing recently? Yes.
Wait, so we needed a separate scrub. Wait, why?
That wasn't even really part of the story. I'm just saying that's why they are older than me. They just have old man chats. They talk about their chafing now. Like we used to talk about like where we went on the weekend, and now they go like, man, my thighs have a rash. And I'm not there yet. I'm still a young,
got,
cool,
like,
hip guy.
nappy rash for adults. That's crazy.
Mate, I've got high school mates that are probably regularly putting baby powder between their ass cheeks to get through the day.
It's just a bunch of grown men out there powdering their assholes up, getting ready for the day with their own separate scrubby scrub for the asshole.
I feel like I'm going to get uninvited to the pub now that I've shared.
That's like putting sandpaper. Wait, that does not make any sense though. If you've got chafing, you got a, sore bum, putting another thing that scrubs it, wouldn't you think that that's irritating?
I don't know. Apparently, that's what their doctor recommended.
I got like anti-chafe underwear that I wear. That's always good.
I'm telling you,
that's
man.
the future.
All my friends are old, including Reese. Anti-chafe underwear.
Does every old, when I say old guy, you guys are old.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with
when you go, what?
Just like Jumanji levels of ass crack hair.
Because I shave it.
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking shave it?
Because I'm scared of nicking my hole. I've tried, like, because used to go. I'm not saying the name because we're not sponsored by them. No. But there was a certain brand of shaver that we used to commonly sponsor podcasts that I used to have, and I've
love
obviously
to have them back on.
Obviously, in my own time, I've definitely given it a crack, and I've gotten close. And I've gotten far. I've had successful experiences with it, and I've had unsuccessful experiences with it.
Doing it wrong. You know why I know this? Because I was doing it wrong, and it wasn't until I got taught by a girl on TikTok how to do it properly that I actually figured it out. All right, way to do it. Get your leg up on a surface, spread that cheek to the side, right? Then with the other hand, you hold the other cheek, right? Kind of, you're getting down, right?
It feels like a game of Twister in the shower.
Then you take the razor, right? Stick it like kind of towards the bum hole, right? And rather than going up or the other way, you go to the side. You go like outwards.
Okay.
You shave up
How
like
were
that.
you doing it?
Well, I was going up like kind of like that. No, on the sides. Obviously, I was
With
spreading
a blade?
it. No, they spreading it. Not going over the top of the bum
I was going
hole.
to say, that's self-harm. That's
No.
emo, dude.
No.
Oh my God, you listen to my cam while you're fucking shaving your asshole? Jesus Christ.
I did actually a few days ago do that. That's really funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you just, spread and the other way, not up.
How do my videos get taken down from TikTok and girls are going, hey girls, is that a shave your butthole? Yeah, because theirs is educational. I'm just on stage going, butthole.
They're not showing it, obviously. TikTok doesn't like just have a hole on the screen. You're like, how is that not getting taken down? You know?
What was I originally saying? Oh yeah. That's why my mates are old. But yes, a lot of...
Because they got ass chafing.
I need to ask you more about what is anti-chafe?
But then a baby would be...
What is anti-chafe underwear?
I don't know. It's just like
Is it just a different material?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
If your definition of getting old is bum chafing, then wouldn't babies be old because they get bum chafing?
It's something that happens early and later in life. It's like it's a thing, you know. There's this sweet spot in your early 20s.
Yeah, right.
Where you can run and no one's putting baby powder on your butthole.
Wait, so
I used to do running, and I know guys in running that used to do this.
but put the baby
Like
powder
they were
on
like
there.
marathon runners, and like
Oh,
they
yeah.
would put
Mar-
obviously like they would like put baby powder stuff on their inner thighs.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense,
Even there
though.
down the crack.
Yeah. No, I that makes sense though. To me.
I feel like this is more common than people think.
to guys. Well, I
I
didn't
don't
know
really-
guys were bloody anti-chafing it up and powdering their bums before
Neither did I.
going to work.
Neither did I.
This is wild.
But you know, I've got friends that.
Should I start baby powdering your bum before you leave? What?
No, I'm good. I don't need it. I'm never like.
And he doesn't shave his asshole. Okay. No.
No, I've tried and failed and bled, and I don't want to talk about it.
It's traumatic.
Yeah.
You're traumatized by this.
He's gonna come into like the shower one day and there's gonna be blood all over the walls.
Ah, shit. He's been trying to.
He's gonna look like American Psycho. I'm just gonna be in there like I did it again.
Man, I accidentally shaved my butthole again. Help me. And I'm like, get the baby powder. Shit.
But the reason for my discussion was that yes, our conversations in the pub are leaning towards perhaps less youthful conversations than what me and my mates were once upon a time having. Often they'd be talking about maybe like a girl that they met on the weekend or blah, blah, blah. But all of us are in relationships. We kind of just like, some of them have dogs. A lot of them have bought houses and, you know, they're full-time jobs.
They're about to start families.
About to
as
start
well.
families.
You
like,
are far behind the pack.
like getting, some of them are married already. Some of them are, most of them are engaged.
Yep.
Right. That's the kind of where my friendship, I'm 27. So that's where my friends are at. We were discussing what we wear to bed, and I was like talking about the game-changing satin boxes.
Yeah.
And all my mates were kind of doing the same thing, having a giggle, going, "That's silly. You're a child."
What do
I was
they
like,
do?
I don't care. They were just like kind of doing undies, and then there was a lot of concerning stuff about the amount that they were changing their underwear, which I found out, which was not enough.
Oh, you did tell me about this.
Yeah,
That's
not enough.
this is mind-boggling to me because I change my underwear at least like twice a day.
I think a lot of
Bare
girls
minimum.
do that.
Twice a day.
I've heard that this is common.
yeah.
Where did I hear that?
Probably from me.
Hopefully.
I am also hoping that it was from me.
Yeah.
Concerning.
No, I think I've heard, I was hearing girls were talking about packing for holidays.
Oh, yeah. Was it Lily's story?
Yes, it might have been Instagram. I've
Instagram.
seen girls on Instagram talk about packing for holidays, and then that they're just like, if you don't take minimum 2 to 3 pairs of undies per day on a holiday, that's not enough. And I was watching that going, what?
Yeah. She went away for 3 days
do
and
one
she
a day,
packed
guys.
12 underwear.
That's crazy.
But that's what I do.
Right.
I do the same. So how often have these guys been changing their underwear for?
Keep getting off track, but not
Sorry.
enough.
What do you mean not enough? What's not enough?
He was doing it just on his showers. But
Wait, but you shower every day.
No,
so-
right. But say if one day he had a shower at night, then was running late to work, didn't get time to shower in the morning, he would roll that pair of underwear that he slept in through the day, and then say if he didn't even have showered that night and then showered the next morning, he would just roll the same pair of underwear for roughly 36 to 48 hours until his next shower, and then every shower he was changing. But he wasn't like, say, you know, depending on his schedule, showered at different times.
Well, coming from someone who, frequently, I can't do that.
No.
That's it gives me anxiety thinking about that.
But long story short, because
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
taken us
off
10 minutes to get here.
track, yeah.
That's
Back
also
on-
my fault.
What was the track again?
I've convinced 3 of my mates
Yeah.
to convert to satin boxes, and they reported back.
Yeah.
We went to the pub on the weekend. It's like, I'll never go back. It's a game changer. And they were like, I can't believe I mocked you. And they were like, I've been trying boxes, and some have gone for cotton, some have gone for satin. It doesn't matter what material you use. If you aren't,
No, it does though. Satin is the best because cotton is
I've
hot.
tried cotton too.
Yeah,
and it's a little
hot.
hotter.
It's hot, yeah.
Um,
But if you like a warmer sleep, then you might like that better. But ultimately, satin, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've been known to wear them myself. I've stolen a pair of yours before just to see how it felt.
You did?
Beautiful.
Oh.
You've seen me do it.
When?
It was a while ago, but
Right.
there's been times because I just wanted to see how it felt on the other side. I was like, what is the appeal here?
Yeah.
Right. And then, oh no, I tried them on.
Nice. You slide into bed. It's almost slippery. It's like wearing a banana from Mario Kart on your balls.
Yeah, and then I went, literally the next day I was like, I have to get this myself.
Yeah, because you got the same material,
and
but
then
in the girl pajamas.
Yeah, in the girl pajamas. So you can go to Kmart and get the exact same thing just in girl pajamas. Like, you know, it's got like the shirt and the little shorts and stuff. And it's phenomenal.
It'll change your life. I'm telling you, try it. If you're listening to this and maybe you sleep in underwear or even naked or whatever, it may not defeat people who prefer sleeping naked, but I can guarantee people who sleep in their regular underwear, like Bonds or whatever underwear you wear, it will be more breathable and you'll have a better sleep with that for sure.
Absolutely. Hands down.
Moving on. I opened for Steve-O in Traralgon, Geelong and Frankston. And
I was.
Of the three, which one do you think would be the worst on paper?
I actually think Traralgon.
Yeah, okay. But most people would say Frankston.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, most people would say Frankston.
Frankston was unreal. I had a really fun time.
Oh, good.
Great set. Because what happened was Friday was firstly in Traralgon. And so Steve-O, by the way, is from Jackass, if you don't know the movies where like they do stunts like Johnny Knoxville and all that.
Yeah.
Sure you would have heard of it. Very popular. And he does like live shows where he does like, he shows some stunts and stuff that he's done, does stand up. It's like a multimedia / stand up show.
Yeah.
Right. Had a lot of fun and was super grateful that I got the opportunity to open for him because I organized it a few months back. Then it was kind of up in the air and I just didn't really follow up about it. And then it was in the UK and I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm still doing that. And then literally it wasn't until like 2 days before that I messaged the person like, hey, is this still happening? Like, am I supposed to be in Traralgon like 2 days, like in 2 days time? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. And I got there.
Know.
Yeah, I literally even got there in Traralgon. And they're like, are you the opener guy? And I was like, yeah. And then someone from his team was like, I've heard about you. And I was like, good.
That's like, yeah, that's always good to know. The opening act.
Yeah.
Who's opening for an entire theatre of people.
So he was a lovely dude. And I was obviously like a childhood, hero of mine. I grew up watching like Jackass, and I even watched the TV show, like the one they did on MTV, even like the old, like he wasn't in that, but like what was it called, the band ones? CKY. Those videos, like the skateboarding, like fisheye lens shots, just pushing each other into bushes on trolleys.
CKY and the Jackass movies were my childhood. It
was like a really challenging gig, not to bore people who don't really care about comedy that much, but I am a comedian, so I don't know why you're listening. It was a hard gig because like his audience is not stand-up fans.
Yeah.
They're Steve-O / Jackass fans who were kind of just there like to see crazy shit. And then I come out and just start talking and they're genuinely baffled by it. Wow. And they're also like 40.
You just start talking. You don't even say jokes. They're like, wow, he can speak.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think some of them got mad because they're like jealous. They're like, what? He strung together a full sentence without screaming or grunting? That's fucked. Because that's all I got in Traralgon. It was rough, man. Like the second show, I just teed off at this couple. I think they got booted out before Steve-O even came on because they just couldn't stop screaming. People in regional towns just do not know how to act in a theatre environment.
Well, no, that's the thing. You did a very big show, and so obviously there's the more people that are in one show, the more confident they are because there's a lot of people usually. And then
but they shouldn't be. This guy was like,
there's just more chance for them to. I'm not going to
insult his appearance,
no.
But he shouldn't have been confident. He had fucking no right to be. He had a goatee. He was, look, I don't want to shame, males who bald young, but he was.
Wait, he's rocking a goatee and he's bald?
Bald goatee, like.
That's brutal.
He was a Mick fuckhead. He was a big boy, right?
Yeah.
And he was screaming at me. And then like, what is great about non-comedy audiences, I will say this, it's a little hard and frustrating to perform to, but God, they have your back, the ones who at least have respect for you.
Absolutely.
They will not laugh. No. But one guy just stood up and went, "Oi, let him fucking speak." And then I was like, "Thanks, brother." And he goes, "You're welcome." And then sat down and then continued to hate it.
That is like the most aggressive way of helping someone out. Like, I don't know if you're going to king hit me or congratulate me. Like, what the fuck?
I was terrified of the guy who had my back.
That's so funny.
I had an okay set one of the shows. Yeah, one of them was actually quite rough. And then I felt a little bad because I was like, oh, was that good? Like, maybe I fucked it. Like, I don't want to ruin his show for him.
Yeah.
And because I'm not, but that's why I accepted the gigs, because I was like, I just want to do something completely out of my comfort zone. Performed to like 90% dudes. The whole front row has beards. They're wearing Slayer t-shirts. It's like not my crowd at all. And not even like a regular comedy club crowd. It's like a crowd that literally I've never seen populate a theater before.
Yeah.
It's like
they're there because they've watched someone probably so many times that they can't count do really insanely dumb shit.
Yeah.
And then go, yeah.
They have like
that's their brain.
Jackass fans and Parkway Drive fans have like a hectic crossover in the middle of like the Venn diagram. Like they were kind of like metal
Venn
dudes.
diagram of life.
And then Geelong, I kind of figured it out a little bit. I was like, okay, I think I get how to appease them more. And then I had an okay set.
Yeah.
And then Frankston, I finally figured it out on the last night. Yes, you go up there and you communicate through. You throw rocks and sticks, and they go, "Oh, that's what I do."
Threw a rock!
No, I just like went on and was like, "What's the craziest shit you guys have done trying to recreate a Jackass stunt?" And I've never seen a more engaged male audience before.
Dude, that is so good. You know why though?
This guy's like, oh, Steve. And I was like, what have you done? He's like, once I drank 4 liters of milk, then ran into a fence. And I watched an entire crowd go, that's fucking sick. I wish I had done that.
But like seriously, we all went through, when we were kids, especially when they first came out, we all went through that phase of obviously not doing the most hectic stuff.
I got the vibe this guy did that like last week.
But now, after the last Jackass movie, all of those boys are men and they're like, I have money and I have a fence and I have milk and I'm going to combine the two, buy some milk and run into a fence.
But what they don't realize is they've also got bad knees and a back problem and they're just still trying to do hectic shit. And then one of the shows, like the second Frankston show, it was like, I got on at 10 p.m. like on it's like a hard gig doing
10 p.m. Like it started at 10.
Yeah. I started like 10:05, I think my set. And then so the crowd's already kind of like drunk.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what's the craziest thing you guys have ever done? Like trying to recreate a stunt. And all of the answers were fire related.
Okay, hold on. Okay, go.
Like a third of the crowd had set themselves on fire before.
Intentionally.
I'm not joking.
There's no way. What?
And then one guy was like, oh, once I wanked over my sister. And I was like, that's a way different vibe, brother.
That is a different stunt. That is rolling the dice in the wrong way, mate.
I was like, dude, you should have firstly keep that to yourself.
But that's that crowd.
But yet somehow more hectic than like some guy was like, yeah, once like, oh no, it was a woman. She was like, I once drove a motorbike through a ring of fire in my backyard.
And it was a woman?
Yeah.
Fuck,
I think she was like,
there.
Yeah.
Everyone always goes, oh no, the woman can't do the hard stunts. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
You know, we can do the stunt and fuck it up just as hard as any man can.
She out-stunted every other fuckwit in Frankston that night, and I'm very
Did she actually do that?
Well,
you don't know, but you're like,
I saw her.
Imagine it.
I believed her.
Wait, were there any? What was
she
the
looked
other
like she'd willingly set herself on fire before. I don't know that's a weird way to describe someone's appearance, but have you ever seen someone and been like, you've definitely lit yourself on fire?
Yeah,
that's
dude,
what she looked like.
That's everyone in Rockhampton.
It's like most people in regional Australia look like they've...
Wait, who else set themselves on fire? Or were they like, yeah, I've done that too?
One guy was like, so the first guy was like, yeah, one time I set myself on fire. And I was like, why? And he looked at me like I was an idiot. He goes, I was camping. And I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, that's why. I'm like, oh, sorry. He goes, have you ever been camping before? And I was like, man, I guess not. Like I thought I had. I'd been on family holidays camping, but I guess I haven't been properly camping because at not one point did I put a match to my face.
You call your dad and you're like, Dad, why haven't we been camping properly? And he's like, what do you mean, mate? We did go camping properly. And you're like, but I've never been set on fire.
Yeah.
So you've been doing something wrong.
And at one point, did you throw a Molotov cocktail at me around while we were cooking mellows.
I have always wanted to be set on fire though.
No.
No.
Take it back.
No.
Stop saying because then next week.
No, not like
instead of
that.
unpacking dishwasher, we're like, today we're setting Meg on fire.
No, not like actually set on fire. I'd like, no, actually, I don't, you know, like the stunt people, how they wear the suit and then they like get them all like, or like they put like the like hand in gel stuff and all of that. I do want to do that one time. That looks fucking awesome.
The potential of 3rd-degree burns does not interest me.
Fire. I think I have caveman brain.
I've almost been set on fire camping.
But not intentionally.
You've almost.
Oh yeah, one of my me and a couple of mates standing around a campfire, and one of my mates chucked an aerosol can in and didn't say anything. There's all some.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Why? Just because they were like,
Yeah, they were drunk and I don't know, bored. I don't know.
I feel like I performed in front of like 750 versions of your mate the other night. One guy
That's so funny.
was like, yeah, I've been in fire. And I was like, what do you mean been in fire? Like spent time there? And he's like, oh, I fell in and I just
sat
I thought
there.
that he was literally like, I just like waited for a bit to see. And I was like,
Waited a bit before he got out of the fire?
yeah, for a crowd that had like 1,000 brain cells between them, a lot of curiosity with fire going on. You know what they reminded me of? You know, like that scene in like Ice Age 2 where all the sloths are like, fire. That was Frankston 10 p.m. opening for Steve-O. Genuinely, such a really cool experience, and I'm super grateful. And he's a lovely guy. Had a lot of time for me, like when we were backstage and just chatting about, you know, all sorts of stuff. And it was cool. And it's just like, I don't know. I obviously have met a lot of people in the industry, but he was like, didn't come off as like Hollywood or like, I don't know.
I think that's one of the
whatever.
appeals like about him.
Yeah.
Is that he never seems like that. He does crazy stunts and he uses the money to do crazy shit, but him as a person, especially on cameras, it's never been like I'm better than you or I don't know. Yeah,
I don't think
he's very down to earth.
His audience even realize. I got the vibe that his audience didn't even realize how hectic. Sorry, they think he's like this hectic dude, but then it's like off camera and off stage. But you can even tell, like, if you listen to his podcast, you'd know this already. Yeah. He's like sober and has been for ages.
Vegetarian.
I think he's vegetarian.
He's about to start a wildlife rescue.
Yeah, him and his wife want to open up this animal sanctuary, and like he's just like super mellow dude, and he rides his bike everywhere. He rode from Carrum Downs to Frankston before the show, which people would know is like a 20-minute drive. It's like a 40-minute ride.
Yeah.
And he just has this little bike that he takes everywhere, and he's like the guy, you know, when you see like a unit in the city with like speakers on the back of their bike just fanging it through.
Boom, boom.
It was probably Steve-O. He just rolls into the backstage with the music blaring and has heaps of water in the back of like in the little pouch behind the chair. And he just like cranks water, cranks tunes and just rides. And he's like, I do it everywhere, man. It's sick.
You do a really good Steve-O voice.
Yeah,
that is perfect.
But no, he was
On
super
TikTok,
lovely.
there was like a video of him like skating around Bundaberg at night, like after his show.
I think I saw that. Someone's like, why is Steve-O just doing kickflips in Bundaberg
In
at
my
11
street?
PM? But no, it was cool. And it was just good because you don't really get opportunities, unfortunately, in Australia to like do stuff like that.
No.
Like when we went overseas, like everyone I spoke to, all these other comedians had these stories. Like, you know, Adam, whose podcast I did, was like, yeah, I opened for Bill Burr at his special taping in London. Yeah. And like Brennan was like, yeah, I opened. He's like,
He
oh, yeah,
opened
I've
for
opened.
everyone.
I was like, oh, I'm opening for Steve-O. He's like, oh, yeah, I've opened for him. And I was like, and then he's like, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm doing an arena next week and blah, blah. There's just like opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
But here, it's like once a year you get to do something cool like that. And even if it is in like Traralgon or Geelong or Frankston, it's it's either do what I do and you make that opportunity yourself to play a theater, which I'm very grateful for, or you have to like wait until like someone big comes and is willing to take a chance on you, which is also unlikely. So it's just cool to even perform in theaters and get that extra practice in before the tour.
Yeah, hells yeah. It was awesome. I feel like it's good to kind of work an Australian crowd again as well with the crowd work because it was quite different too.
I was going to say, that's when you know the joke's good.
Yeah.
It's like when like the dudes go, they send their folded arms and they're just like, come on, make me laugh, brother. And you get them and you see like you say something funny and they're like, oh, girls. And they look at their mate like, okay, my friend found it funny too. Maybe I should consider laughing at the next one. And then by the end, their like arms are completely by the side and they realize that they're having a good time. And you see it in some of them. Some of them go, oh wait, that's gay. Like they just
I was about to say that. I can't do that.
they laugh and find like joy in their heart briefly, and then they go, nope, never again. Push it down, oh man. Like
No more feelings.
no, straight down.
Yeah.
And then I'll cheer when Steve-O staples his ball sack to his inner thigh.
All right. Time to wrap it up. Thank you so much for tuning in again, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, we are winding down for the week. So simmer down. Am I supposed to press one of the music things?
Yeah, we can play the outro music. Why not?
Boom, boom.
Wind down this weekend, guys. Relax. That's it. Hope we got you ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
And try the boxes. I'm telling you.
Come on, guys. And for girls, try the satin pajamas. Just try it. You can get them from Kmart. They're usually on special, about $15. Get them.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on, it's so creepy, like tell us what you're sleeping in. And also, if anyone thinks they can beat Meg sub 58, please
They
film
can't,
it.
but yeah.
I even just film your attempt. I want to see if you are a speed unpacker or if this is like an achievable thing.
You can send it to our Gmail account, which is lukeandmegpod
At gmail.com. We are using the free email service.
Yes, we
We've
are.
not bought one because we still do not have a sponsor because we have not yet tried to get one.
Which apparently, in order to get a sponsor, you have to
Send an email.
Yes.
But
Who would have thought?
got a lot on. Got a lot of
Doom, 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 doom. Oh, we've got the outro music playing. Anyway,
sorry, I was just trying to think of something I had to do this week and I couldn't think of anything.
knitting. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Bye. Males, remember to powder your bum holes.
That's enough.
Bye.
Goodbye.